Yeah, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Kicked off a new season. Hopefully we get plenty of winners this season, eh? What do we have? We had Minyinga race through the week. She's very, very brave, isn't she? She's an interesting horse, that horse. You know, it hasn't won a race for bloody 18 months. But people sort of say she's a bit of a non-winner, but she's not actually a horse that doesn't try. It's almost the other way. Is she's probably putting herself in races because she does try so hard, and she might be a bit limited for ability, but because she's so honest, she keeps running good races. And once again, very, very close to winning at Geelong the other day. Only got beaten about half a length, and hopefully we can just find a nice little race for her to win in the next couple of weeks. Groovy Baby heads to Ballarat on Friday. Really like this little horse. He just doesn't eat enough, and we've finally got him up on his tucker, and his work's good. He's pulling up from his gallop's good, so he'll go to the races. 1,500 metres at Ballarat on Friday. Probably going to be a little bit short for him, but he'll still go really well and be competitive. Hopefully, he can run in the first four, get out of the ballot situation, and then we can sort of go on. But lovely little bloke and plenty of ability. He's just a little bit fragile. He's probably going to need this preparation. But it's Groovy Baby on Friday at Ballarat. Got a little DEVILEARS at Ballarat on Friday. He's got to actually race against Groovy Babies. We're going to have the two of them in the race. It might be my new tact. Run two horses in the one race. There might be a better chance of winning. We'll gang up on the other horses. He is what he is. He's a nice little horse. We've just had a few little bloody foot problems with him. I think we got that sorted out. He's a funny little horse because he sort of gallops up like a sprinter, but he races like a staying horse. So 1,500 metres, first up, should go pretty well. Be pretty competitive. Can't be any happier with his work. If you come and watched him gallop, you'd certainly say he's going to be hard to beat in this sort of race. So let's see how he goes on Friday. That's little DEVILEARS. Got Rockorama in at Ballarat Friday. Look, a really interesting horse. Hopefully we'll wash a bit of his mud off before he goes to the races. He's a little horse that I don't know, he's sort of a mile and a quarter type of horse, but he had his first race start the other day and he just jumped out and went like cut and sat outside the leader in a really, really strong race, and form will come everywhere out of that race. It'll be city grade form everywhere. And he's really competitive. He sort of wanted to lay in, do a heap wrong. So I don't know, I'm not sold that he's a sprinting horse, but he certainly the way he raced the other day, he was just so aggressive, and so we're going to keep him to a sprinting distance. He's drawn a good barrier with Jake Noonan, who stays on him, so we'll probably learn a fair bit about him, because there's a lot of depth in this race on Friday. So if he's anywhere near competitive over this sort of distance, when he does learn to relax and actually gets over to what I think will probably be a more suitable distance for him, he might actually make a horse. But he's a real work in progress. He went shin sore as a 4-year-old, so I probably told you how immature he sort of was when we were sort of educating him. But big buff-headed bloody thing he is, but he really keen to sort of just to see how he races on Friday, and see if he's similar to the way he raced at Geelong. That's Rockorama at Ballarat on Friday. Typically Brazen last start over 2,000 metres. Probably don't know if she ran the trip or not, but we've given her a nice little freshen up. We're going to try her on the synthetic at Pakenham on Monday. Come over here, girl, and see how she goes there. Drop her back to a mile. Zach will go on. Zach Spain goes on, and see how she goes. But look, she's just one of those horses, just keeps running good races. She just desperate to win a race and just can't quite put her head in front. So we'll try her on the synthetic. Nice, fit, healthy horse. Galloped up good through the week, so the little freshen up hasn't hurt her at all. Got LORENZET in at Sandown Wednesday. He's been a bit very difficult. Had him there a couple of weeks ago, and it was just an absolute bog-heavy track. So we pulled him out, had him in at Flemington this Saturday, and he's got balloted. So the poor little bugger. So he will have to go to Sandown Wednesday. Hopefully these tracks are really going to dry out. We've had plenty of wind and plenty of sun, and the tracks are really drying out. I actually walked the course proper at Geelong this morning, and it was pretty good after a race day yesterday. So we'll take him to Sandown. He's just dying to go to the races. 1,800 metres. Once again, it's probably going to be a tad bit short for him, but he's such an honest little horse. He'll bounce and put himself in the first couple and give him every chance. That's LORENZET at Sandown on Wednesday. Got little Tori's D in at Sandown through the week. Look, he won really well at Warracknabeal first up, and I wasn't really sure where to go to with him. We galloped him through the week, and he just galloped up like a little bullet. So he probably deserves to have his chance at a nice little race in town. Probably gives me a bit of an idea, if he doesn't lick me to death, gives me a bit of an idea on where I'm at during the spring with him. He's very bulletproof. He does everything right. He's a healthy, sound, good leading horse. He's had plenty of time, and now he's got his whole career in front of him. So we'll give him a crack at Sandown on Wednesday and see how he goes. Little 1,000 metre 64. That's Tori's D.
guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse is a horse called Inyati. She's a filly bred by Mike Palmer. She's by Brazen Beau out of Minyinga, so really high quality filly, and we've always had a pretty good opinion of her, just because of her breeding and her type, and yeah, she's always had a bit of class about her. Just simple things like, you know, taking over the barriers for the first time. She's a good girl. She stood there and then she jumped away really cleanly and things like that. And things like that I think always stick out, that yeah, they just sort of know what they're doing. She had a trial at Geelong today. Yeah, Zach sort of sat on the fence and the gap opened, and she sort of hit the front and sort of didn't know what to do. But I think sort of if there was a horse out in front of her, she would have chased it down, no worries at all. So she's a filly that we've always sort of had a pretty good opinion of her. So she'll have another trial at Cranbourne in a couple of weeks. So we'll be able to get a really good line on her there. There'll be a lot of horses sort of getting ready for the spring. So she is nom for the 1,000 guineas, whether she gets there or not, but I suppose you got a nom to be in it. So she's yeah, after that trial we'll sort of be able to plan out a race for her, but wherever we go with her first up, she'll be a filly sort of to watch out for. She's always a filly that, you know, I've always liked it, sort of had a fair bit of time for, so hopefully she doesn't let us down, and Cranbourne will give us a good line on where we're at with her.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Spring is here, eh? We're sort of interesting. The horses' coats are starting to turn, so I think we might have an early spring. We've got plenty of horses in work here and plenty up to racing. We took 5 into the trials at Geelong through the week, and 2 of those horses I thought trialled up really well. Probably take them. There's official trials at Cranbourne next Tuesday. We'll probably take a couple over there. So really keen on some of the young horses. I can't remember the last time that I've had sort of a couple of 3-year-olds in the stable that are going as well as these sort of coming into the spring. Actually nominated a couple of fillies for the 1,000 guineas, which is a little bit out of my usual sort of things, you know. So aim high and we can always come down, I suppose. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Until next week, see you later.
This week's horse is a horse called Inyati. She's a foal. Brazen Beau, Minyinga.
How's that? Is it better? That's a bit better.
All right.
So when? That's Groovy Baby on Friday at Ballarat. Probably want to take his mate with him, does he? Hey girl, you want to come to the races too, do you?